Atheists everywhere rejoice. It is I, wargokeith, the prophet of atheism. Now, the other day, I was on the forums, as I'm off to do, underneath the name Prophet Wargo 123456789. If you ever see me, feel free to pop in and say hi. But, so I was on yesterday, and I was approached by a man who, I'm not going to say his name out of respect for his privacy, and we had something of an interesting conversation. Normally, I don't actually reveal the topics of the conversations, what it is we talk about. I like to try to keep the privacies of the individual and the respect for the questions they've had or the conversation as it was. I may talk about it with friends, but I normally don't post it up online. However, this conversation, though, is something that I do want to share, and after you listen to it, I think you'll understand why. Now, I probably should have done this yesterday, but it was late, I was tired, and I had to pick up my wife. But I did share some of the screen caps, so if you permit me, I'd like to go ahead and read some of this to you here. It started with him saying, "What's up with your name?" To which I responded, it was a stage name given to me while I was a musician. At the time, I was in a cover band, and I would write music to bring the band to a real band. The rest of the guys said that I shouldn't. After all, we were a cover band. So, to make fun of me, which I meant to put fun of me, they called me a prophet. I liked the name, so I took it. "Oh, so what religion are you?" "Actually, I'm an atheist, though I was a minister for the Kingdom Hall Jehovah's Witnesses." Now, to this, he responded after a little bit, "It's because of atheists like you and your satanic teachings, I'm worried my kids will go to hell." Now, here I was thinking, I had a couple of options, and I was about to go ahead and lay into the normal, we don't believe in Satan, and one of the things to be a Satanist is kind of you need to believe in him. It's not like I can claim that he's spouting off Shivistic teachings if he doesn't believe in Shiva. However, I decided to go the high road with this, and instead what I responded was, "I can understand your concern. My parents used to worry that I would not share in the everlasting life on a paradise earth." From your comment, I'm gathering that they already are reading or at least watching atheist materials. If I may suggest to you what my parents never did with me, which is to take the time to review with your kids or what your kids are being exposed to and to explain why it's wrong. It can only serve to strengthen your faith and theirs, as well as what I'm sure to be the tight bond between you and your children. I'm soon to be a father myself, and plan to take every opportunity to strengthen the relationship between myself and my child. And from here, I was actually willing to go ahead and let the conversation pass and move on to the next conversations. I wasn't being judgmental, I wasn't being argumentative or angry. However, his response unfortunately ended any of those options that I had to move on. He said, "I'm not reading no Dawkins and becoming fucking brainwashed like you. The only God can tell me what to do and what to think." I think he meant think there. "I'm not going to let my children lose his love." So, resigned to my fate, I pushed on. "You love Jesus, don't you?" "Hell yeah, and he loves me too." "And if I held a gun to your head and told you to either renounce Jesus or put a bullet in your brain, what would you do?" Your response, "Pull the trigger. Because you love God, and he loves me." "And I don't, so I'm going to hell." "Well, I don't want you to go to hell. I want you to know Christ's love and go to heaven. But if I reject him, I will go to hell." "Yeah?" "So, if I was to take your children and say that if they don't worship me, I will set them on fire because I love them, you will not only fall to the ground in worship of me, but will do so with enough love of me that you will be willing to die in my name. That's not the same thing. Why not? They can worship me and live in my glory, or deny me and suffer in my flames of my judgment. That's not hell! That's right, I said. My flames aren't as painful and don't last as long. But I will still burn them to death in front of your eyes for denying me as your Lord and Savior. Does that not make you love me? You're not God! That's correct. I am not God, which means I do not claim to love them as either more than you or your mother. Your God, on the other hand, does, as he says his love is perfect. Now from there he made an empty threat and disconnected. Now I would like to ask this question to any Christians out there who are watching this video. Does that sound like the kind of God that you not only want to serve, but also that you love? Well, this was Wargokeith, the prophet of atheism, and just use your mind, use your head, don't be afraid to do research. Have a good night.